You guys just sat through that, and I didn't give you anything. All right. We're going to do that again then. Whoop. Well, that's part of what, yeah, this is what I was making that you guys missed out on. I was feeling it too. It's like, let's go. Let's go. Well, I'm going to do it again then. And I can't believe you guys didn't hear any of that stuff I was spitting. Let me make sure you guys didn't hear any of that. Oh, my Lord. I had the special effects and everything. Oh, damn. Wow. Oh, man. He said I wasn't watching anyway. It's all good. Hey, all right, then I'm going to have to do it. All right, let's try this again then. You know what? I'm going to completely shut this off. All right. Check this out. See that? I'm just going to shut it right off. There. Everything I just did is now lost. That's my payback for being an idiot. Friggin' voice meter got me. Rookie move. Total rookie move. Well, I was feeling it. Colin Benders gets another round. So if you don't know Colin Benders, you'll have to go check him out. You probably left to go watch his video. I would have. Like, what is this dude doing? All right, give me 2 seconds. Let me just reset. I'll try this whole thing. Man, I was feeling it too. All right, we're starting fresh. I don't have anything, so here. This is Colin Benders, Modular Monster. Anyway, so I got what I was actually talking about earlier. I'll just end this now because this is getting long. So I was just, oh man, I'm gonna have to do this on a whole other freaking thing. But I was saying about the broadcasting stuff, and I can't believe you guys didn't hear any of that. But I was saying that we have the ability right now to do things that big businesses and networks are able to do as far as presenting content to the public. So normally you're talking about, millions of dollars in investments and getting networks up and running, ads and all this stuff. We can't do obviously professional standard material, but with a small army of broadcast producers, we could provide content at least in the times that we would be watching it the most, which is, evening, late, basically from probably like 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 4 a.m. West Coast time, so that entire range there could be covered with content from all over the place using these broadcasting. The one that I use is a free platform, so you can stream to different destinations, and you just need a couple things. So I had said, shout out to Rhythmic Design, who got in touch with me on the first of this is the 5th of the 13 Bob Ross Challenge episodes that I'll be doing. And I already feel better. It's very strange that it's working. So Bob Ross has basically given me everything that is worth having in the last 6 months, 6 to 8 months. I've literally been looking at his progression as a blueprint for how to go about trying to present community content. What Bob Ross did was spread the love of painting and the joy, as he called it, of painting to individuals, regardless of their ability to pay or their ability to, you know, make it a consistent thing, their inability to commit. It didn't matter to him. He wanted to help people learn to paint because he felt like everybody has a talent, and there is nothing that can't be learned. So anything can be mastered with enough time. That, like, it's not, you're not born with things that other people are not born with. It's just a matter of putting the things into practice until you become very, very good at it. And so if you believe in the stuff that he said, and he went around the world teaching people how to paint, and then teaching people how to teach people how to paint, so that they could then spread the message to other people, and they could teach. So it's not just teaching people how to paint. It's teaching them the protocols, the technique with the specific style of painting that he used, because this style of painting allowed much quicker creative expression. There wasn't a lot of time needed. You could do an entire painting in a half an hour and it would turn out amazing, and your ability level didn't matter. So on my 13th show, I will be doing a painting, and I've never done a Bob Ross painting. But to cap this 13-day challenge off, on my 13th episode, I'm going to do a Bob Ross painting. Now, I'd also like to play tracks from the community. So if you'd like to send me music that I might be able to play, I do have some music already lined up. But my email is EYEWILL .music@gmail. So iwill.music@gmail. And that show may be an hour, maybe 2 hours. We're going to have some, hopefully have some beat challenge entries, that I'll play from the Stream Era Facebook page. sample challenges. And if you'd like to get in, in participation with these community events, then just hit us up either on the website, streamera.org, or on the Facebook page. And yes, we need more broadcast producers. We need more people who want to either facilitate art being produced in a live environment. This is not difficult. Like I said, you can even host your own show with just a cell phone, a smartphone, I should say, with just a smartphone, with a computer, a cheap webcam, and if you want to do music, a cheap interface with something that can get music into a computer. You can have live streams that you can at least share things with people. Whether we're talking about Viceland or Revolt or BET level, no, but we're talking about what we are capable of doing. They're not capable of doing anything more than we're capable of doing over stream. Everybody's on the pretty damn same playing field when it comes to streaming right now. So the stream era concept just takes into consideration that we have available to us third-party apps and streaming services that we can actually use to get audio out of our equipment without the need of special services. So like if you've got Ableton running, you can actually run Ableton into a stream. Somebody else can have Ableton running, and the audio can get straight into their DAW or into their machine or whatever, with the clean pass through. And there's very little latency in here. So the audio that comes out of the stream is always different than what goes into the stream. And it's also it's different than what comes out of YouTube. What you guys are hearing right now is not the streamed audio. What you guys are hearing is the processed audio. The audio inside of this stream, though, if you were in this broadcast with me right now and we were talking, if I was interviewing you, my voice would be just like it is in your ear. And the music would not be distorted at all. It's pristine. So if you can collaborate in that environment, then you're producing high quality content, and you're doing it in a way that, is not subpar to the standard. So this, if you want to be a broadcast producer, this is what I'm calling it. I don't know what it's called, but I'm calling it a broadcast producer. And you want to create content, whatever it is. Maybe you just want to share other people's content, or you just want to get involved with something. Then go ahead. Let's, just reach out. That's all you got to do. That was most of my spiel. Sorry, guys, you had to go through all that twice, but I apologize. And all right, so now I'll take a look at what I was. Man, hopefully you guys aren't saying there's no audio still. Oh, good, man. You got Switcher up and running. Nice. That's great, man. Are you running any other devices with the iPad, or are you just using the camera, or are you just using it on a single device? All right. I want to give a shout out to a few people too. Geez, I don't have it with me right now. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Man, and I even had my phone right here, and I did not even check it. That's crazy. All right. So I did want to give a couple shout outs too. So shout out to Bell HTX. Shout out to Dan Look. And yes, shout out to Specs Clan. And I think that's it. Bill Shaw, I think I got you already, bro. Anyway, so thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it very much, guys. And, I won't do that again, I promise. So let me see what else we got here. Okay. I dug out my Duo. Nice. Brute's getting along. Yeah, you can come in. Here. This is what I want. All right. Check that out. Anybody, you want to test your audio? You want to see what it looks like in here? There's a link in there. So should be able to click on that and you can come in, man. You can come in, you can hear it for yourself. Or, you know, if you've got a rig and you want to play something, let's do it. So I'll give you a few minutes if you're still searching for stuff. Nice. Okay, so iPad and iPhone with Model 24 mixer, stereo out into a Duo. Nice. That's perfect, man. You don't need anything more than that just to share things. I mean, that's even way more than you need. So one good camera and a good mixer is plenty. That's great. I've got like 3 iPhone 4s laying around that I used to use with Switcher Studio a lot, and it worked really good. All right, cool. He just says he's going to give it a try. So this is, so if this is iPad, if you're going to get on with your iPad, then it'll just be your single device. You won't have a multi-camera thing. As if you want a multi-camera session, then you would run StreamYard from your computer, or I would run it, and then I can use your phone and your tablet as angles. So you would log in, you would click on that link that I just put in there. You would click on that with your iPhone, and then you would click on it with your tablet, and then I would see you pop in here in both. And then both of them could be displayed at once. Yeah, the buzzing, that stuff is a pain. You can get rid of it. I think for the most part, buzzing can be a source from a USB device. It can be a source from a balanced, unbalanced situation. You know, like you got to have, it really depends on the cabling that you're using, where your things are plugged in. I mean, all that stuff matters actually. So check your USB, see what makes it go away. That's what I would do, is just unplug things one at a time. Yeah, Brute, if you just, yeah, so just use your iPad to get to the YouTube feed. Brute, did I get your email before? I can't remember. If you want to shoot me your email, I could send you a link through email too, but you should be able to pull it up. Yeah, Colin Benders, he's a beast. That dude, I'd like to have a rig, something like that. And this thing is, where's the overhead view? This one. Man, look at all that. That's crazy, right? Hey, if I can harness it even for a minute. Yeah, Chaz, no problem. If you have all of your equipment plugged into the same outlet or the same side of the room, that's a good thing. And then if you're using RCA cables, I just went through this. So if you're using RCA cables, you're going to want to make sure that you're using the proper, mixers normally don't take RCA unless it's special RCA cables or special cables, because there's like these little attachments. Actually, this is what they look like. So they're RCA on one end and 1/4 inch on the other, so that it can give you a better connection. But the problem is you can't use a balanced cable with this, because then it's putting a balanced feed into a mono, because RCAs are mono. They're left and right. That's why there's 2 of them. So if you use a balanced cable, if you use a cable that has 2 lines on it, this will give you noise. Oh, I see my man. Hold up. Okay. What's going on? How are you?
Bill, how's it
Can
going,
you hear me?
man? Yeah.
Good.
Can you hear me okay?
Nice. I can hear you. Yeah. Are you
Awesome.
using just your iPad as a audio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got that, and I've got an iPhone up here, and I had
Yeah.
the switcher app going.
You have it going right now?
Well, the iPhone, I can get it going, but I saw this popped up, so I jumped over here real quick.
Yeah, I think
So,
that if you're using this environment, you probably won't be able to use that to be in here, but you should be
okay.
able to have your own multi-camera switching. That's nice, man. You got one iPhone, you got a spare one laying around somewhere?
Yeah, I've got my family they're on my plan,
Yeah,
so I've just kept the extra phones as we upgrade.
that's what I did too.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of these old things laying around. And I'm so glad, because
Yeah.
at times I was like, maybe I can trade them all in for like discount on one good one. But man, haven't they paid off just
Oh,
having them?
the quality of the cameras and the videos are unbelievable.
Like, you can't get better than 720 inside of this environment anyway. So
Oh,
the
really? Okay.
iPhone 4S or whatever, 5, 6s, they all do way better than 720.
Right.
So yeah, and then now you can kind of, I don't know what the audio is like through your little speaker, but
It
yeah, that was pretty easy, wasn't it, to click on that?
it was. Yeah, it was really easy. I know that there was a little bit of learning curve for the the switcher app,
Yes,
but
there it
but
is.
really, I mean, once I got there was just a couple icons I wasn't familiar with, but as far as the interface, it's just like a smartphone.
If I have your email, or if you have mine, I can send you a couple videos. I don't know. Have you checked out the Switcher app videos, the
I took
tutorial?
I took a little bit of time today to do it.
Yeah,
So,
because there's some good ones where they talk about that bottom row of icons. There's like 4 or 5 of them.
uh-huh.
Really, only like 1 or 2 that actually do anything. So
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
so you can really dial in some things though. You can zoom. You can use your iPad to zoom in the camera
Expose.
on the phone.
Yeah.
So you can have, that sitting on the other side of the room and get a wide shot and then zoom it right into yourself, and
Uh-huh.
all kinds of
I
things you can do.
I work about 50, 55 hours a week as an LTL truck driver. So after work, I maybe have an hour or two to make music, and then on the weekends, that's pretty much what I do. So therefore, I got a bunch of stuff up on Instagram, but the time that it takes to produce something,
Yes.
add a video to it,
Yes.
upload it is
It's
just, I mean,
so damn long.
it takes forever to do that. And that's why I kind of like just trying to do the streaming, just upload
Yeah.
it and be done with it. You know,
You're the third person today that has said the same exact words. And you know what? Like, I've been there for a while. I'm already, like, I started my journey about a year ago with
uh,
building something that I can just create spontaneously, a
right.
couple angles, couple hardware. Cause I had the Switcher app, and I love it, but I still have to remember what to touch. And so I just wanted something where there was a couple buttons. Now they actually have these things at Best Buy that you can use in conjunction with like OBS that will take a small little controller and it'll map to OBS so that you can actually have a hardware switcher feel, but with just a small little controller and OBS. So
Okay.
there's all kinds of, I mean, if I want to put this out to anybody, if anybody wants to share music tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, I'll post this link to the stream in the comment, and anybody come on here and you can share your music tomorrow, the next day, any day. So I'll put that out there. If you've got a little interface that plugs into your iOS device.
Oh yeah, I've got a I had a Duo. Well, I still have it right here, but it's a got two line ins, and it's got a headphone output. I've got all my gear ran into my mixer, and then I just ran the master or the aux send out of the mixer, the inputs of the interface, and I recorded into the iPhone or the iPad,
right,
and recorded the entire multi-angle performance.
Isn't that great?
It's wild. Yeah, it's really cool.
And
it was weird because like just the microphones, you have to figure, okay, my microphone's got to be here, and the cameras are over here, and the angles are wrong, So I got to get all that worked out because
the good thing is you can actually mute those other mics.
Oh yeah. I muted the internal mics of the iPhone and the iPad.
Right. Yeah.
And then I've got a microphone going through a 404SX.
Okay, nice.
Put in my mixer, and I use that for doing some vocal stuff. And I'm probably gonna have to come up with maybe like a lapel mic or something because I've got like an L-shaped setup here.
Okay.
Gear around it, and I'm moving around on my chair, so I need like a microphone that kind of goes with me possibly. But
and I'll be honest, the best audio I've ever gotten into a live stream was when I was using the Switcher Studio app and I was using this little thing. This little red thing. Where am I? This little red thing. It's a Behringer U Control.
Okay.
They're like $20 or $30 from Behringer. And I was running my audio from my big mixer straight from RCA into this thing, right into my iPad, streaming it straight from this thing through the iPad to Switcher Studio. And the audio was so clear and the bass, it hit so clean. Never been able to replicate that through my computers.
Yeah.
Never. So it's an advantage to have an iPad to stream with.
It is. I mean, I'm blown away, like because you said earlier about latency. There is zero latency right now.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It is wild.
It's crazy.
A lot of
I wish there was a way. You know what? Why don't I do this? I'll tap this, and you tap your microphone to the beat. So that's how much latency we have, people. It's.
I couldn't even hardly tell the difference. I've got latency in in my interface. The has like maybe 7.5 milliseconds of latency.
And mine
probably hear it, but
mine's probably set at I think I set mine pretty high just to stream with. So
yeah,
that's pretty cool, man. So hey, I'd be interested in finding out what you're up to. So are you on YouTube?
I've got some videos I've uploaded there. Like I kind of like I got into Electron about 2 years ago. These Electron boxes and stuff, and I play guitar, so I do a lot of looping, and I've got my amp and pedal board over here and stuff, and produced. I've uploaded some stuff on Bandcamp, and but a lot of it's like for Instagram. It's just like I've got about maybe a dozen or 2 dozen people that I'm always checking out what they're doing, and I'm uploading and kind of look and see what I'm doing.
What's your handle on Instagram?
It's Brutcone.
Okay. Brutcone. Cool. I'll have to go find you then.
Yeah.
If you're ever interested in doing one of these live looping guitar sessions live, man, I'll stream it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do. I played. I live in an apartment complex, and
Mm,
so I've got to kind of choose the right time to record with my
yeah,
amplifier. I
yeah.
can record direct anytime I want to. Um, but I played today for probably about an hour.
Oh, nice.
And
It's good.
it
Sounds like you're getting your juices flowing a little bit.
yeah, yeah. I love playing looping. Looping with a
And
loop pedal and some effects pedals. So
the deluge has been since the 3.0 update where they added the looping in it. It's just been like unbelievable. The workflow is crazy.
I've seen that box, man, and I'm like, honestly, I look at that box today like I did at Electron Gear like 2
Yes,
years ago.
exactly.
That's it. Just seems like it's kind of overwhelming, but I've kind of gotten used to the workflow for Electron.
See,
So,
people would
but
say you're crazy.
huh?
People would say you're crazy.
I know. Well, but not. I mean, I'm totally. It's like just in the last probably 2 months, I've got them all MIDI synced, whereas before I was just messing with them as individual
Okay.
instruments.
Yep.
But now I've got them chained with MIDI through, and so when I hit play on my MPC Live, which I've got right here, that sends transport control to the boxes, and it triggers great. There's a little bit of MIDI jitter. I mean, there's a little bit of roughness in it, but nothing that I can really tell. You know, it now if you have some delay parameters set, it will kind of throw them off a little bit, but usually that's just on start. So I'm trying to figure that out, trying to figure out how to get rid of that MIDI jitter.
Yeah, I've never really dealt with any MIDI jitter from my X or my Deluge.
Are
I,
you running like a chain of MIDI
yeah,
through to, okay.
everything's MIDI'd up,
And
right?
then so your BPM clocks on your other gear, what's the master on your chain? Is it
I have several. I have let's see if this thing is showing me something here. Yeah, so my X is a master. If I want my X to be the master, it can be the
uh,
master. Um, X has two inputs and two outputs. It goes to my Mio 10, then and that also goes to my Deluge. So it goes out of the X into the Deluge.
mhm.
The X has inputs and outputs, but I don't use the inputs because this cannot do any MIDI. It does not do multi-timbral MIDI. Can you believe? I mean,
Huh.
do you know what multi-timbral MIDI is? It's
Well,
like,
I know what multi-timbrality is on a synthesizer, but not MIDI.
yeah.
Is
So
it
if I want to play a track on my Prophet 6, it's on channel 6. I can't play my Prophet 6 and then jump to another keyboard and record that without coming back over to the X and changing the settings and going to a different track.
huh?
So like on the Deluge, I can just hit play and record, and I can play all my equipment and it will record every track, every channel.
It
That's multi-timbral MIDI. Your
okay.
MPC Live and MPC X don't do multi-timbral MIDI.
Yeah,
So
I don't even know what that is. I don't even ever
yeah.
heard that.
So then the input comes into the Deluge. So I can use, you'll see my Deluge will start when I hit play over here,
Uh huh.
but it'll also, my X will also start if I hit play here.
Okay.
The little, see that little, I don't know if you can see it or not, but basically I've got both of these set up as masters. So these both control, if you see the circuits way over there, they turn on too.
Right.
And then this circuit turns on over here. And then all my arpeggiators and everything are all synced in the other gear with MIDI, MIDI clock.
Right.
And all the Volcas are also MIDI'd up. So those all have MIDI inputs on them too.
Uh huh.
And yeah, actually if I do that, I can show you that. If I play on this, all the vocals will start. See it?
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's nothing there. There's no other box or MIDI hub or anything that's helping to control that chain. You're
I
getting you have no MIDI jitter on any of the BPM readouts of it.
no,
Really?
I mean, so this is where like people that are really technical might say, yeah, I do, but I don't feel I do
Not.
because
But
I also don't record like most people do.
how
All
like are you recording your stereo out, or are you multi-track recording into a mixer into your DAW?
No, because I don't use a DAW.
Okay. You don't use a DAW? Okay.
No. If I record audio, it's usually in the form of video, and then I'll extract the audio, or I
Uh-huh.
normally will just record into an MPC from a mix out into the MPC, or I'll record everything into a single track on a different piece of equipment. So
Yeah.
I do have Ableton, and,
Uh-huh.
and I've got a push, and my push is set up to do live looping. So I can actually, when Ableton is on, that can also be the master, or it can be the slave. All I have to do is just click the external sync button on Ableton.
Yeah.
Then the deluge will start my Ableton session too.
Yeah.
So
That was a something I had running when I had a 4-channel audio interface. I was able to send the clock from the MPC Live into the audio interface and trigger Studio One to start, so that when upon playback of the sequencers and the DAW, they were running seamlessly right next to each other. But I needed more input, so I had to buy a bigger mixer.
yeah.
And now this thing doesn't have a MIDI in or a MIDI out, but the Model 16 they just dropped has the MIDI in and MIDI out ports with it.
Okay.
So what I'm doing with my DAW basically is just multi-track recording and then overdubbing live,
Yeah.
because I lose the ability to sequence.
Right.
You know, otherwise it's just I just have to go back in and move the wave files, which
Right.
is okay, but it gets frustrating doing that.
Yeah, and what I end up doing, what I end up finding myself doing is I make music in a way that I can perform it, and if I perform it well, then it's in a video format,
It's
then I have it forever on YouTube, or I keep it, So
right.
it's more about it's like I've been saying this whole time. It's more just about the process of it, and
Yeah.
we're all just trying to get by.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's for me. It's just fun. I just enjoy doing it.
Yep.
I got to plug this in real quick. It's about to die.
Oh, that's all right, man. I think I've been on here forever. I probably
Yeah.
should hop
Yeah.
off anyway. So
All right, man.
everything's been awesome though, man. I'm glad to meet you, and
Yeah.
hope that we can get together again on something. That'd be great.
All right, buddy. Take care, man.
All right, man. See ya.
See ya.
All right. And then I'm just gonna say peace to everybody. And I'm gonna go ahead and just see. Oh, Chaz, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And then GoPro like a camera. Yes. Yes, you can use GoPro. Exactly. So it says you can use a GoPro with an adapter as an audio interface. And yeah, exactly. Like, you know what? You can only do so much, and then you're just kind of at the mercy of the internet and streaming. So this angle actually is that's a GoPro too, but I don't have audio going into it. So I'm just kind of running all my audio. You can see this big mixer behind me. Yeah, that big mixer. Actually, easier if I just did this instead of trying to destroy everything. There you go. I feel like I'm still trying to destroy stuff. Oh, don't get sick on me, people. Yeah, so that's my Allen and Heath Q32, and I do love it, but it has its quirks too. I think that when I got this, technology was extremely new as far as multi-track recordings go. So it's a 32-track multi-track interface / mixer, and it's got 10 sets or 10 mix outs. It's got 8 group outs, And the coolest part is that you've got control over all that from here. So you might have seen me during some of this over the last couple of days. This is how I control that. So I'll show you. If I switch back to this angle right here, I'll go to mix, the mix that I'm on now, which is mix number 9 and 10. Hold on here. Trying to, which one is it on, for God's sakes? It's on mix 2. There we go. So I had it on the wrong mix. All right. So now you'll be able to see how that's moving. And then that's just me doing that here. So here, do it like this. Then you can see me both. See us both. Us. Like it's a thing. So anyway, I know that's like super fancy and maybe it's not that cool, but what it actually is it's very ergonomical and very convenient to have all of your mixes right at your fingertips during your live stream. So since my stuff's back there, what I was doing was while the screen was playing the modular, the audio was coming actually from the mixer and it was going into the deluge. And I had the deluge muted over here on the iPad. I had it muted, you know. So then as I was recording the modular, you weren't hearing it, but you were hearing the modular. And then I was able to hit the space bar and stop the modular and let this, you know, start playback. That was kind of the hope. But, you know, obviously anytime you try something new, it's going to take a couple times. So anyway, that's about it. Hey, no worries, man. Yes. I was talking about you though, Rhythmic. So it's all good, man. You family night, everybody got to spend time with the family. You do your thing, bro. But that man right there he's about his business. He's going to be a broadcast producer very soon. He's already got the equipment. So anybody else that wants to participate or create things or whatever, just get in touch with me. I've said the email a million times. I'm not going to keep doing it because it's corny. But yeah, get in touch and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow, God willing. Today's day 5. I got a couple more days left. No, I don't. I'm not even halfway there yet, for God's sakes. So a few more days. I'm just going to keep saying a few more days. Peace.